If you own a Ford F-150 from the last 10 years, 7 documented problems could cost you thousands, and one of them is already the subject of a federal class action lawsuit against Ford. We're talking transmissions slamming into gear or dropping into neutral at random. A brake defect serious enough that Ford issued 2 federal recalls for it. An engine quietly burning through a quart of oil every 1,000 miles with no warning light to tell you. These aren't rumors or one-off bad trucks. They're pulled straight from Ford's own Technical Service Bulletins, safety recalls, and repair data. Stick around, because number 1 is the most expensive failure on this entire platform, and it might already be sitting in your driveway. Number 7. Cabin water intrusion and sunroof track failure. If your F-150 has the panoramic twin-panel sunroof, this is something you need to check. This affects 2015 through 2023 trucks, and it doesn't matter what engine is under the hood. Here's what's happening. The sunroof glass slides on plastic guide tracks, and years of sun and temperature swings make that plastic brittle. Eventually, those tracks crack, and the glass either binds up or won't seal right anymore. At the same time, water finds its way in through a couple of other spots. The gasket around your third brake light dries out over time, and that lets rainwater run right down into the cab. The drain tubes for the sunroof, the ones routed through your pillars, can also clog or pop loose, and that water ends up in your headliner, your carpet, and sometimes right around the passenger kick panel. You'll notice a popping sound when the sunroof moves, or it might just stop moving altogether. Damp carpet or a wet headliner is the other big sign. That's worth checking, because water sitting near your body control module can cause electrical gremlins down the road. The good news is you can stay ahead of this one with basic maintenance. Applying fluorosilicone grease to the rubber seals around the sunroof every 6 months keeps the linkage from binding and cuts down on that mechanical stress that cracks the plastic tracks in the first place. It's a 5-minute job that can save you a much bigger headache later. Fixing the plastic guide tracks yourself with an aftermarket kit runs about $150 to $300. If a dealer has to pull the whole sunroof cassette out, you're looking at $1,800 to $2,600. Add water damage to electronics, and that can tack on another $300 to $1,200. It's not a truck killer, but it's an expensive nuisance if you let it sit. Before we get to the next problem, if you want a more in-depth look into how your pickup truck can last 200,000, 300,000, or even 500,000 miles, this ebook reveals the exact maintenance secrets and brand-specific strategies that every smart pickup truck owner should know. If you want to check it out, the link is down in the description below. Number 6. IWE Vacuum Actuation Breakdown. This one affects every 4-wheel drive F-150 built between 2004 and 2020. And it's one of the loudest problems on this list, literally. Your truck uses engine vacuum to disengage the front hubs when you're in 2-wheel drive, so the front axle isn't spinning for nothing and wasting fuel. That vacuum runs through rubber hoses and a small solenoid to actuators at each front wheel. When that vacuum line cracks, or the solenoid fails, or the check valve goes bad, the system loses pressure. The spring inside the hub actuator then shoves the internal gear back into the axle splines while you're still driving down the road. That grinds metal teeth against metal teeth, and it does real damage fast. You'll hear it as a grinding or rattling noise coming from the front end, especially under acceleration in 2-wheel drive. Switch it into 4-high, and the noise stops immediately because that vents the vacuum and locks the hubs solid. That's a dead giveaway of what's going on. If you catch this early, a simple diagnostic check can save you from a much bigger repair. Technicians will pull codes related to the 4-wheel drive vacuum circuit, and if they crack open the wheel end cap and find metal shavings inside, that confirms the gears have already started grinding down. That's your line between a cheap fix and a real repair bill. Ford actually issued a permanent fix for this. Technicians can cap off the vacuum lines completely, which locks the hubs all the time, like an old-school live axle. It costs you less than half a mile per gallon, and it eliminates the grinding for good. A cheap check valve is $20 to $80. A single actuator replacement runs $350 to $650. If the wheel bearing hub is already damaged from the grinding, you're looking at $800 to $1,400 for both sides. Catch it early and it's a cheap fix. Ignore it and you're replacing hub assemblies. Number 5. 5-liter Coyote V8 excessive oil consumption. This one hits the 2018 through 2020 F-150's with the 3rd generation Coyote V8. And it surprised a lot of guys who trusted that V8 to just run forever with no drama. Ford switched to a thinner spray-on cylinder coating and dialed in a more aggressive fuel cutoff strategy when you let off the gas. When you're coasting and the throttle closes, that creates a strong vacuum spike in the intake. That vacuum pulls oil right past the piston rings and into the combustion chamber, where it burns off clean without any smoke you'd notice out the tailpipe. Owners have documented losing 1 to 2 quarts of oil every 1,000 to 1,500 miles. That's not normal for a Coyote engine, and it can sneak up on you if you're not checking your dipstick regularly. Low oil pressure warnings, ticking noises from the valve train, or a rattling timing chain tensioner are signs it's gotten bad. If it goes unchecked long enough, it doesn't stop at just burning oil. Guys have reported spark plug fouling, engine knock under load, and premature wear on the catalytic converter, all caused by that burnt oil ash working its way through the combustion chamber and exhaust system over time. Ford put out a service bulletin for this. The fix reprograms the throttle body software to hold it open slightly during deceleration, which stops that vacuum spike from pulling oil past the rings. They also swap in an updated PCV valve and a redesigned dipstick with a wider safe range, since some oil consumption on these engines is now considered normal. That software flash, PCV valve, and dipstick package runs $250 to $500 out of warranty. If you ignore it long enough and the engine runs low on oil repeatedly, you're looking at a short block replacement, and that's $6,000 to $9,500. Check your oil more than you think you need to on these trucks. If this is news to you, that's exactly why we make these videos. Smash that like button so more owners see this before it costs them money. Number 4. Composite oil pan thermal distortion. This affects the 2.7 EcoBoost, some 2017 to 2018 3.5 EcoBoost, and select 2018 to 2025 liter Coyote trucks that came with a molded plastic oil pan instead of steel or aluminum. Ford went with a plastic pan bonded directly to the aluminum engine block using a bead of silicone sealant, no gasket involved. The problem is plastic and aluminum expand and contract at completely different rates as the engine heats up and cools down. That constant flexing eventually cracks the silicone seal. On top of that, the plastic pan itself can warp slightly over time, which reduces how tight the bolts are actually clamping it down. Add in a clogged PCV system building up crankcase pressure, and that pushes oil straight through the compromised seal. You'll spot oil collecting under the front of the truck, or oil coating the bottom of the transmission bell housing and front axle housing on 4-wheel drive trucks. If you've already had this reseal done once with the same plastic pan and it's leaking again within 20,000 miles, that's common, and it's worth doing it right the next time. This is one of those repairs where cutting corners the first time around just costs you double down the line. A lot of shops don't want to spend the labor draining the oil fully or cleaning the sealing surface properly, so they slap the same plastic pan back on, and you're looking at another leak within a year, sometimes sooner. Ford's bulletin on this requires draining the oil for a full 12 to 24 hours before resealing, so there's zero oil film contaminating the surface. A proper reseal runs $870 to $1,462, mostly labor since they've got to drop the subframe on some trucks. The permanent fix is converting to the factory aluminum pan with a real rubber gasket, along with new valve covers to fix the underlying pressure issue. That full conversion runs $2,100 to $3,300, but you won't be back here again. Number 3. 3.5-liter EcoBoost Cam Phaser Cold Start Rattle. This is specific to the second-generation 3.5 EcoBoost, found in 2017 through 2020 F-150's. And if you've heard this noise, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your engine has 4 cam phasers that adjust valve timing on the fly for better power and fuel economy. Each one has a small internal locking pin that's supposed to hold everything steady when the engine is off and there's no oil pressure yet. Over time, that locking pin bore wears out, or the pin itself breaks. When you shut the truck off, the phaser doesn't lock in place like it should. So the next time you start it cold, before oil pressure builds back up, that phaser rattles around and slaps against its housing, and it's loud. You'll hear a sharp metallic rattle for 2 to 5 seconds right after a cold start, especially first thing in the morning. Check engine lights with codes P0011, P0012, P0014, or P0022 usually show up alongside it. Left alone, that rattling puts extra stress on your timing chain and can stretch it prematurely. Ford actually tried to get ahead of this with a couple of customer satisfaction programs before it became a full bulletin. Those early programs just recalibrated the software to adjust oil pressure timing, and while that helped a few trucks, it did nothing for engines where the locking pin was already physically worn down or broken. The real fix, covered under bulletins Ford issued, is replacing all 4 phasers with a redesigned part that has a better locking pin and enclosure. Most shops replace the timing chain and tensioners at the same time since the front of the engine is already apart. That full repair runs $2,500 to $4,500 and takes 10 to 14 hours of labor. Ford initially tried using software recalibrations to alter oil pressure timing on these engines, but once that metallic cold start rattle is actually happening, the internal pin is already mechanically damaged, and replacing all 4 phasers is the only permanent cure. Number 2. Hydraulic brake master cylinder leak. This is a safety recall, and it's serious. It covers 2014 through 2017 F-150's built with the 3.5 EcoBoost engine at the Dearborn and Kansas City plants. The rear seal inside your brake master cylinder can degrade and let brake fluid bypass where it's supposed to be sealed. That fluid leaks out the back of the master cylinder and collects inside the vacuum brake booster housing. Since it's leaking inside the booster and not dripping under the truck, you won't see anything on your garage floor. As fluid keeps leaking, your front brakes lose pressure, and you're left relying only on your rear brakes to stop the truck. That means a much longer stopping distance right when you need it most. Watch for a soft or spongy brake pedal that sinks toward the floor under steady pressure. You might also get a low brake fluid warning chime, or white smoke out the exhaust under hard acceleration, which is brake fluid getting pulled into the engine through the booster. That white smoke detail is worth repeating because a lot of guys mistake it for an oil burning problem instead of a brake issue. If you ever see smoke under hard acceleration on one of these trucks, get your brakes checked immediately. Don't assume it's something else going on with the engine. Ford issued 2 federal safety recalls for this, 16S24 and 20S31. Dealers are required to inspect the master cylinder and replace it with an updated part, and if fluid is found inside the booster, they replace that too, completely free of charge. If you own one of these trucks and haven't had this checked, stop what you're doing and call your dealer. Run your VIN, confirm the recall was done. This repair costs you nothing if it hasn't been addressed yet, but it'll cost you $450 to $950 if you pay for it privately instead of using the recall. This is exactly the kind of thing that gets missed on used trucks. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Number 1. 10R80 10-speed transmission CDF drum migration. Here it is, the biggest and most expensive problem on this entire list, affecting F-150's equipped with the 10R80 10-speed automatic, which was introduced on the 3.5 EcoBoost in 2017 and expanded across all engine options from 2018 through mid-2022. Inside that transmission is a component called the CDF clutch drum, and in units built before mid-August 2022, it has a press-fit internal sleeve with no lip or stop to hold it in place. Under normal heat and friction, that sleeve slowly slides out of position over time. As it moves, it starts covering up the oil feed passages that are supposed to keep your clutch packs and valve body working correctly. Without enough hydraulic fluid getting through, those clutch packs start slipping and burning up, and metal debris ends up spreading through the whole valve body. You'll notice harsh, slamming shifts, especially going from 3rd to 4th or 7th to 8th gear. Some trucks hesitate or free rev between gears, and in worse cases, the transmission drops itself into neutral while you're driving down the road with a yellow wrench light on the dash. Trouble codes like P0751, P0756, or P2700 through P2705 often show up with this. This one's serious enough that it's not just a repair bill issue anymore, it's become a legal one. The scale of these failures across so many trucks built before that August 2022 cutoff is what led to a federal class action lawsuit being filed against Ford, which tells you this wasn't a handful of isolated cases. Ford's current bulletin has techs start with a software update and an adaptive relearn, but if the drum sleeve has already moved, that won't fix it. The transmission has to come out completely, and the drum gets replaced with a redesigned part that has an actual shoulder lip to hold the sleeve in place permanently. A bench rebuild with the new drum runs $4,200 to $6,500, while a full remanufactured transmission replacement can reach $7,400 to $10,000. That's all 7 problems, straight from the documented service bulletins and recall data on these trucks. None of this means the F-150 is a bad truck. It's still one of the most dependable platforms out there when it's maintained right. But knowing what to check, especially that transmission build date, can save you thousands down the road. If you're shopping for one or you already own one, get your VIN checked against these recalls today. Drop a comment if your truck's had any of these, and if this helped you out, hit subscribe, because we've got more of these truck breakdowns coming every week.